Two nations, one story, introducing Lesotho and South Africa. Nestled within the southeastern heart of South Africa lies the Kingdom of Lesotho. A landlocked nation, Lesotho is completely enveloped by its larger neighbor. This unique geographic reality hints at the deeply intertwined histories of these two nations. While South Africa grapples with the legacy of apartheid and its complex social fabric, Lesotho faces its own unique challenges. These challenges stem from its history as a British protectorate and its economic reliance on South Africa. The Malotai Mountains, with their soaring peaks that seem to touch the sky, are a sight to behold. These majestic mountains, bathed in the golden hues of sunrise and sunset, stand as silent sentinels over the land. Their verdant valleys, lush and green, are not merely a geographical feature. They are the lifeblood of the region, nurturing both the land and the people who call it home. The Malotai Mountains are a testament to the enduring spirit of the Basotho people. The Basotho, with their rich cultural heritage and traditions, have thrived in these mountains for generations. For centuries, these mountains provided a sanctuary from encroaching forces. They served as a natural fortress, safeguarding the Basotho way of life from external threats. This fortress was not just a physical barrier but a symbol of resilience and determination. The rugged terrain, with its steep cliffs and hidden valleys, offered a strategic advantage to those who knew its secrets. During the turbulent times of colonial expansion, the Malotai Mountains became a symbol of resistance. The Basotho people, facing the might of colonial powers, found refuge and strength in these mountains. The Basotho, skilled horsemen and strategists, utilized the treacherous terrain to their advantage. Their intimate knowledge of the land allowed them to outmaneuver and repel invaders time and again. These historical battles, fought in the heart of the mountains, were not just about territory but about preserving a way of life. The Basotho warriors, with their courage and tenacity, ensured that their autonomy was not easily taken. The echoes of these struggles still resonate through the mountain passes. Every trail and pathway holds memories of the past, whispering tales of bravery and resilience. These tales, passed down through generations, are a testament to the unwavering pursuit of freedom. The storytelling traditions of the Basotho keep these memories alive, ensuring that the legacy of their ancestors is never forgotten. These mountains, often shrouded in mist and legend, hold within their folds the history of a people who refused to be subdued. The ancient legends of Lesotho, intertwined with the landscape, speak of a mystical connection between the land and its people. As the sun rises over the Malotai Mountains, casting its light on the peaks and valleys, it illuminates not just the land, but the spirit of the Basotho people. A spirit that remains unbroken, a testament to their enduring legacy. The arrival of European powers in southern Africa in the 19th century cast long shadows, forever altering the destinies of Lesotho and South Africa. These explorers, driven by a thirst for new territories and resources, embarked on journeys that would forever change the cultural and political landscapes of the region. Their arrival marked the beginning of a new era, one characterized by both opportunity and exploitation. The discovery of diamonds in Kimberley, South Africa, ignited a scramble for resources and power, drawing both nations into the vortex of colonial ambition. The glittering allure of diamonds attracted fortune seekers from around the world, transforming Kimberley into a bustling hub of activity. This rush for wealth not only intensified the colonial grip on the region, but also led to the exploitation of indigenous labor, as local communities were coerced into working in the mines under harsh conditions. The scramble for Africa, fueled by greed and imperialistic desires, pitted European powers against each other and against the indigenous populations. The Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885 saw European nations carve up the African continent with little regard for the people who lived there. This arbitrary division sowed seeds of conflict and division that would have lasting repercussions. Indigenous communities found themselves caught in the crossfire, their lands and resources seized, their cultures disrupted. The consequences of this tumultuous period continue to reverberate today. The legacy of colonialism is evident in the social and economic struggles that persist in Lesotho and South Africa. The scars of the past are visible in the landscapes, in the disparities between rich and poor, and in the ongoing efforts to reclaim cultural identities and rebuild communities. The journey towards healing and equality is ongoing, as these nations strive to overcome the shadows of their colonial past. The borders drawn by colonial powers, often with little regard for existing tribal boundaries, created tensions and conflicts that persist into the present. These artificial boundaries divided communities, disrupted traditional governance, and led to disputes that continue to affect the region. The legacy of these borders is seen in the modern-day conflicts and the challenges of nation-building in a landscape fractured by colonial decisions. The forced displacement of communities, the exploitation of resources, and the systematic dismantling of traditional power structures left a legacy of inequality and resentment. Families were uprooted from their ancestral lands, traditional economies were disrupted, and the social fabric of communities was torn apart. Today, the echoes of these injustices are felt in the ongoing struggles for land rights, economic opportunities, and social justice. The enduring legacy of this period is a testament to the resilience of the people of Lesotho and South Africa, who continue to fight for a future that honors their past and builds a more equitable society. Long before European ships first navigated the treacherous currents around the Cape of Good Hope, braving the fierce winds and tumultuous waves that have claimed many a vessel, the lands that would become Lesotho and South Africa were already inhabited by ancient peoples whose histories are etched into the very fabric of the landscape. The Drakensberg Mountains, a dragon's spine of peaks and valleys, rise majestically, their rugged beauty a testament to the forces of nature that shaped them over millennia. These mountains held within their embrace the echoes of ancient peoples, whispers of civilizations long past, carried on the winds that sweep through their mist-shrouded valleys. The San, nomadic hunter-gatherers, roamed these lands for millennia, their lives a delicate dance with the environment, moving with the seasons and the migrations of game. Their presence is marked by the evocative rock art that still adorns cave walls and rock shelters, vivid depictions of their daily lives, spiritual beliefs, and the animals they revered. These paintings offer a glimpse into a vanished world, a time when humans lived in harmony with nature, their art a testament to their deep connection with the land and its creatures. It was a time when humans lived in harmony with nature, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the land, the cycles of the seasons, and the movements of the stars. Their existence was a symbiotic relationship with the environment, each day a testament to their resilience and adaptability, their knowledge of the land passed down through generations. As centuries passed, Bantu-speaking communities, skilled in agriculture and animal husbandry, began to migrate southward, drawn by the fertile lands and abundant grazing pastures of the interior. These communities brought with them new technologies, crops, and livestock, transforming the landscape and laying the foundations for future civilizations. Among these groups were the ancestors of the Basotho people, who would eventually establish a powerful kingdom in the heart of the Maloti Mountains, a testament to their resilience and ingenuity. The Basotho Kingdom, nestled in the rugged beauty of the Maloti Mountains, became a beacon of culture and strength, its people known for their rich traditions, vibrant art, and deep connection to the land. The echoes of their ancient past still resonate in the highlands, a reminder of the enduring legacy of those who came before. At the dawn of the 19th century, as the winds of change swept across southern Africa, a leader of remarkable vision and political acumen emerged from the ranks of the Basotho people. His name was Moshoeshoe, destined to become the founder and first king of the Basotho nation. Born in the late 1780s, Moshoeshoe's early life was marked by both turmoil and opportunity. The region was engulfed in a period known as the Difakan, a time of widespread warfare and displacement triggered by power struggles and environmental pressures. Moshoeshoe's reign coincided with a period of intense European expansionism in southern Africa. The British, eager to secure their hold on the Cape Colony, were pushing eastward, while the Boers, descendants of Dutch settlers, were migrating northwards in their ox wagons, seeking to escape British rule and establish their own republics. Caught between these competing forces, Moshoeshoe knew that the survival of his fledgling nation depended on carefully balancing diplomacy and military preparedness. The challenges faced by Moshoeshoe and his people were formidable. The Boers, driven by a belief in their own racial superiority and a desire for land, viewed the Basotho as obstacles to their expansionist ambitions. Clashes between the Boers and the Basotho became increasingly frequent and violent, culminating in a series of wars that raged throughout the mid-19th century. The Basotho, fighting tenaciously for their homeland, inflicted heavy losses on the Boers, utilizing their knowledge of the mountainous terrain to their advantage. The 1830s saw the Great Trek, a mass exodus of Boers from the Cape Colony, seeking to escape British rule and establish independent republics in the interior. These Voortrekkers, as they were known, were hardened pioneers, driven by a potent mix of religious fervor, a belief in their own racial superiority, and an insatiable hunger for land. They viewed the vast, fertile lands occupied by the indigenous African populations as theirs for the taking, a God-given right to claim and subdue. As the 19th century progressed, the technological gap between the European settlers and the indigenous African populations widened. The Boers, through trade and illicit means, acquired increasing numbers of firearms, including muskets, and later, more advanced rifles. These weapons gave them a decisive edge in open combat, allowing them to inflict heavy casualties on their adversaries from a distance. Faced with the superior firepower of the Boers, the Basotho turned to their greatest asset, their intimate knowledge of the mountainous terrain. They abandoned their traditional open-field engagements and adopted guerrilla warfare tactics, using the mountains as a natural fortress from which to harass and ambush their enemies. The constant threat posed by the Boers, coupled with the encroachment of British settlers into their territory, placed Moshoeshoe in a precarious position. He recognized that the survival of his nation depended on finding a powerful ally. In 1868, after years of resisting British advances, Moshoeshoe made a strategic decision to seek British protection. He signed a treaty with Queen Victoria, ceding a portion of Basotho land in exchange for British protection. Thus, Basutoland, as Lesotho was then known, became a British protectorate. The discovery of diamonds near Kimberley, South Africa, in 1867 sent shockwaves through the region and beyond. Word of these glittering stones, unearthed from the dry earth, spread like wildfire, attracting fortune seekers, adventurers, and opportunists from across the globe. What began as a trickle of prospectors soon became a flood, transforming the quiet veld into a bustling shanty town, a microcosm of human greed and ambition. The discovery of diamonds, followed by the discovery of gold in the Witwatersrand in 1886, fueled the ambitions of Cecil Rhodes, a British imperialist and mining magnate. Rhodes, a complex and controversial figure, envisioned a British empire stretching from the Cape to Cairo, a vision predicated on controlling the vast mineral wealth of Africa. Section 3: The Ground Rumbles, the Anglo-Boer War and its devastating impact. The tensions between the British and the Boers, simmering for decades, finally erupted in the Anglo-Boer War of 1899 to 1902. The war, sparked by disputes over land, resources, and political control, pitted the might of the British Empire against the determined resistance of the Boer republics. Section 4: A Continent Divided, the Seeds of Apartheid Sown in Colonial Conquest. The Anglo-Boer War ended in a British victory, but it came at a high price. The war had drained the British treasury and exposed the brutality of their imperial ambitions. It also left the region deeply divided along racial lines. In the aftermath of the war, the British, seeking to consolidate their control and appease the defeated Boers, made a series of compromises that would have far-reaching consequences. Section 1: A Land Divided, The rise of apartheid in South Africa. The year 1948 marked a turning point in South African history, a descent into a dark chapter that would shape the destinies of millions. The National Party, fueled by a toxic ideology of racial superiority, rose to power, formalizing segregation and discrimination into a brutal system known as apartheid. South Africa, once a land of promise and diversity, transformed into a land divided, where the color of one's skin dictated every aspect of life. Lesotho, a small, mountainous nation completely encircled by South Africa, gained its independence from Britain in 1966. It was a moment of immense pride and hope for the Basotho people, a chance to chart their own course after decades of colonial rule. However, Lesotho's newfound independence was shadowed by the looming presence of apartheid South Africa. The mines of South Africa, a key driver of the country's economy, were a double-edged sword for Basotho workers. On the one hand, they provided much-needed employment opportunities, a chance to earn wages that were often unavailable in Lesotho's underdeveloped economy. On the other hand, the mines were dangerous and exploitative, a testament to the dehumanizing nature of apartheid. While Lesotho's government, under pressure from South Africa, officially maintained a policy of non-interference in its neighbors' affairs, the reality was far more complex. Lesotho, with its proximity to South Africa and its shared history of struggle against oppression, became a haven for some opponents of apartheid. Members of the African National Congress, South Africa's banned liberation movement, found refuge in Lesotho, using it as a base to organize and mobilize against the apartheid regime. Freedom's dawn, a new era for South Africa, a new chapter for Lesotho. The year 1994 witnessed a seismic shift in the political landscape of Southern Africa. Nelson Mandela, the iconic leader of the African National Congress, walked free after 27 years of imprisonment. This was a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human desire for freedom. His release marked the end of apartheid, a system that had cast a long shadow over the region for decades. The water that binds, Lesotho's liquid gold and South Africa's thirst. As South Africa rebuilt and its economy grew, so too did its demand for water, a precious resource in a region prone to drought. Lesotho, with its abundance of rivers and high-altitude dams, held the key to quenching South Africa's thirst. The Lesotho Highlands Water Project, a massive infrastructure project conceived during the apartheid era, became a symbol of both cooperation and controversy. Beyond dependence, towards a future of shared prosperity and mutual respect. In the 21st century, Lesotho and South Africa continue to grapple with the legacies of their intertwined histories. Lesotho, while making strides in its own development, remains heavily reliant on South Africa, particularly in the areas of trade, employment, and infrastructure. The challenge for Lesotho is to break free from this cycle of dependence and forge a more self-reliant and sustainable future. Echoes of empire: the enduring legacy of colonialism in Lesotho and South Africa. The story of Lesotho and South Africa is a poignant reminder that the sun never truly set on the British Empire. Its legacy continues to shape the political, economic, and social landscapes of these two nations, inextricably linking their destinies. The echoes of colonial ambition reverberate through the valleys of the Maladi Mountains, whispering tales of exploitation, resistance, and the enduring resilience of the human spirit. Charting a new course towards a future of shared prosperity and mutual respect. Despite the challenges they face, Lesotho and South Africa stand at a crossroads, poised to chart a new course, one defined by cooperation, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to building a more just and equitable future. The dismantling of apartheid in South Africa, A testament to the power of the human spirit to overcome even the most oppressive regimes, offers a beacon of hope for the region.